Hi Richard, thank you for joining us. My first question is, what is the Rotunda and what's the history behind the building?
The Rotunda is it's actually a prefabricated building that came over from Canada at the end of the Second World War. It's one of a number of buildings that came over. I believe it's possibly the only one that's still left standing. It was a military building when it was first built, and it was used as some sort of planning centre, and then eventually it became a NAFI, which was a kind of entertainment centre.
How does the building contribute to the learning process for the university?
The Rotunda is used for teaching students primarily, but also part of the function that we have, my team has within the university, is we act as a kind of production company for CCI, and we produce stuff for the whole of the university, which can be teaching and learning, it can be promotional materials, and on top of that, we work for external clients as well. And often we use the studio because it's a really great environment for filming things in a controlled a controlled way, because we can control the lighting, we can control the sound, and the studio is perfect for that.
I've been told that there's going to be a new studio at the university. Can you give us any news or any insight as to what that's going to be like or its whereabouts?
Yeah, well, the new studio, which is going to be at the back of the new Theatre Royal, is being built right now. The building's underway, and hopefully later in 2014 we will have a brand spanking new TV studio, and yes, this will become redundant. It's allegedly going to be knocked down.
Have you had any input or any influence on the design or the structure of the new studio?
Yes, yeah, I've been consulted from the beginning, given that I run the Rotunda. I've had some input into the design of the new studio. I haven't got everything we want out of it, because as with any new building, you have to compromise on the design and on the features. Certainly had a great deal of input into some of the equipment that's going in there.
So how similar is this studio compared to an industry standard?
The Rotunda is as close as we can make it to an industry type studio. We've got professional lighting, we have a professional vision mixer. The cameras are SD cameras, they're a bit old-fashioned, they're not really professional studio cameras. But it is pretty close to most of the TV studios that I've ever worked in. So it's a good example of it. How about if I show you around and we have a look at the facilities that we've got here?
Brilliant, that'd be awesome.
Okay, let's go.
So we're in the gallery, am I correct?
You're absolutely correct, yeah, this is the gallery.
Can you give us an outline of each of these colourful instruments?
Yeah, well, the gallery or control room is at the heart of a studio, and it's where the programme is driven from, is directed from. If I show you by going from seat to seat where everybody sits and what they do, in this position is where the script supervisor or PA sits. They're responsible for the timings of a show, hence all the stopwatches, and they have a running order that's got all the timings for each item in the show, and they indicate to the rest of the crew, particularly to the director, where they are in the show and where they're going. This is the director's position. They've got talkback mics so that the people on the studio floor can hear what they're saying. They're looking at this monitor all the time and at a script, and they're choosing the camera angles and letting the camera people know where to change, what to do, and they're also telling the vision mixer when to cut. This is where the vision mixer sits, and they have this wonderful panel in front of them with lots of different coloured buttons. And what they're doing, it's also called a switcher. They're literally switching from camera to camera. So if we wanted to switch from camera 3, which is live at the moment, to camera 2, they press a button that says camera 2.
Simple.
And there's all sorts of effects and other gizmos that can be played in from the vision mixer. Very powerful bit of kit. The final position at the end of the gallery is where the auto cue operator sits. The auto cue is on the front of the camera. It enables a newsreader or a presenter to read and look directly into the camera. So we put the script in here, and we can control the speed at which they read the script.
Okay.
Okay, and that's about it for the gallery.
Well, thank you very much. That was very interesting. Thank you very much for having our time for interview us. It's been
My
very
pleasure.
interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.